Happy to accommodate. And here we go. We're jumping into the grand finals and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Oceanborn. We have the red Zerg player representing Root Gaming from the land of Sweden. It is SortOf. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the American Terran player, the blue Terran representing Platinum Esports. It is Vindicta. We go. Are settling in. We've made it to the grand finals. Who is going to be this week's champion? The first of the year. For those that are curious, we had this event running for quite some time in 2023. Back then, the Tenacious Turtle Tussle was region locked. It was region locked to the Americas and Latin America and Oceania. But here, especially with the advent or with the conclusion of EPT and the season of EPT, we have opened this event up to all regions, to all players, to all shapes and all sizes. All sizes. So we have an NA versus EU finals. Love to see it. It's going to be a Hatch Gas Pool standard opener out of SortOf. Likewise, Vindicta going for the Rax expand as well. We're calming things down. We're easing in. And a shout out to Little Mac as well. Thank you so much for the raid, Little Mac. Do appreciate the support. Shout out to Little Mac, of course. He was casting over on his own channel. Was covering some of the other matches that we weren't able to broadcast here on the main stream, on the Duckling stream. So big shout out to Little Mac. Thank you. Thank you for your coverage. Thank you. So here we go. We have our initial SZV scout. No crazy proxy this time out of the Terran player. Not this time. Here we go. We do have a third base being taken. Reaper does dip in. Dancing with the Lings. Oh my god. Almost gets surrounded. Calm down. The Reaper has arrived. Does pick away. The prediction should have closed by now, so best of luck with your predictions. Best of luck with your bets. SortOf will get his third. We'll deflect the Reaper. And we'll stabilize here on his three-base setup droning up. Back at home, Vindicta going for his third CC before Starport. Economic opener at a mix. Everything looking normal, everything looking as it should. And here we go. After a very intense final game that we just had and series between SortOf and Hormono, we can take a breath, calm things down. We're entering the mid game. Behind this, we should be seeing an add-on swap between the Rax and the Starport going towards Banshees. Hellions are popping out as well for map control. Hellions shouldn't get much done. Their goal here is to just deny creep, just maintain the creep as well, and keep SortOf honest. If at any moment there's an opening, then we could try to dive into a mineral line. Vindicta, he could go for the drones. But that shouldn't really happen. SortOf should be able to keep up. And from here we can get into our 3-base saturation. Additional Hellions on the way. Likewise, SortOf will soon get ready for those Banshees. Hellion openers typically do lead into Banshee production, so SortOf is aware of the possibility. Is aware. Now it's just keeping up with those Hellions. Link Scout comes in. Big Scout here from SortOf. Does confirm everything in the main. Gets eyes on the Research and Tech Lab. Gets eyes on the third CC. So SortOf is fully aware that there's no crazy like Hellbats all in. No crazy BC opener, for example. And the Spores have begun. Just in time. It's a very nice scout from SortOf. Throwing down the Spores. Getting ready. Queens are massing up. Also, when it comes to the length of this tournament, blame Honmono and Baby Marine. Like, their series was insanely long, and it slowed everything down. That's also why I'm not, I'm very, you know, forgiving of the idea that it's getting late elsewhere. Este Honmono and Baby Marine. See, you know, next time we host this event, we have to split up the Terrans. We have to make sure that they avoid each other. We have to stop the TVTs, Pappy. Oh my god, meanwhile, do we force a cancel? Fourth base taking a lot of damage. Takes a lot of hits. Overseer's on the way. And Vindicta, he won't risk it. Will tip away with that Banshee. Coming in with another, though. Uh-oh. Overseer is coming in. Oh, one hit's going up. Banshees will back up. And the fourth base will survive, but it's very low, very vulnerable to the eventual move out, the eventual push. Sort of double expanding. Getting to 1-1. Into Bailing speed. Embracing his Ling Bane. And Vindicta is getting ready for his own move out as well. Just waiting for his upgrades. 1-1. Combat shields. Building up his Marines. Again, just focusing on harassment initially with Banshees and Hellions. And then getting ready for his bio move out. We're getting there. Yes, that needs to be the rule. Either we split up all the Terrans so they avoid each other, or we make them, like, kill each other early on. Ah. Ah, no. Kappa. I remember the old Tenacious Turtle. I thought it was a rerun. Nah. The old Tenacious Turtle Tussle did go on hiatus, just because there was less player interest in it. Wait, no, now it's back in a different form. Open to all. Ah, a turtle. Beautiful. Oh my god, as the mine shot's brutal, Jesus. Vindicta already starting off quite strong. Gets a big mine shot. Ling Bane forced back. Vindicta actually pushing, pressuring on the right hand side. Going for the fifth. The mine shot once again. Oh my god. The Banelings get annihilated, and from here Vindicta, he can keep pushing. He can go for the queens. Queens are exposed. And he won't quite get them. Just in time. Clutch transfuse. Sort of will hold. Forcing back the drop. More mines behind this. Nice bait. The mines are baited out, and we do see Vindicta pushing towards the left instead. Going for a split push. Hatchery still low from earlier, but plenty of Ling Bane. And this time we will shut this down. Collapsing on the Marines. Vindicta bleeding out a lot of units there. Has to pull away. Targeting the Banelings. Let's go. Oh! The Banshee falls. And SortOf will defend. And what's important here is the creep. The creep is looking quite strong for SortOf up to the halfway mark. Looking quite comfortable. On 5 bases, joining up to 80. 86 drones. Hive is on the way as well. SortOf is reaching his final form, and Vindicta is stuck at home. He's going to be stuck at home here. Needs to trade. As Adrenal's on the way. And the rest of the Hive tech. He's fighting back the creep. Is set up. Up! Oh my god. Again, decent trades. Shutting down the Banelings. Remember, Homeowner had 2 40+ games true. Maybe we just need like a Homeowner rule. Like, end the game at 20 minutes. Oh no. Oh, they were fun games though, like, to be fair. Like, they were very enjoyable. Just, you know, slowing everything else down. He does break out. Both players are max. Again, Mig's still not really focusing too much on any kind of head-on push. Splitting up his army. Two forces moving out. One defending, the other attacking. SortOf is somewhat ready for this. Lingbane rolling in. Up! Crashing on mainly Marauders. Nice spread here by Vindicta. Does spread, does shut down the Lingbane, but doesn't gain ground. Meanwhile, again, SortOf just focusing on Lingbane, Hydra, Viper. This time, no Ultra Cavern, no Lurker Den either. A more mobile composition instead. This makes this trying to pull SortOf apart. Big mine shot, takes down the Lings. The other is dragged away. SortOf Luna chases down. Oh my god, once again, the mine shots. Calm down. Not again. Oh my god. Yeah, the mines have been so valuable here for Vindicta. We're running out of Lings. And with that, SortOf has to back off. Will get a kill in the CC. He'll snipe the base. But does run out of steam. Does run out. Liberator harass on the right hand side. Drones are going down. And SortOf is taking up. There's that Lurker Den. Getting into Lurker Tech. It's still a ways away, especially those upgrades. SortOf is getting there. Taking down 5 drones. Taking another expansion. Taking a 5th base, we'll see if SortOf can deny it, can punish it. Is in position. Tank's a little bit late to siege. First tank is going to go down. Oh, gets one. Trading up Banelings. Migs does hold. At the same time, dropping across the map, going for the hatchery. SortOf in position. We'll save the expansion. Sorin Vindicta away. Oh, the power bombs. The splits. Medevacs are going to be caught out. We'll try to escape. Oh, won't quite be able to. And Medevacs are cleaned up. Queens are in position as well. Nice defense here from SortOf. I'm still working with this kind of, I would say, Lair Tech army. Ultra Cavern on the way. Let's go. Okay, the Ultra Cavern. Two more Ghost Academies. Show us the nukes. The nukes are coming. Let's go. Nukes are on the way. Likewise, additional starports, fusion core. I imagine for live range. Lingbane coming in for the surround. Oh my god, the friendly fire! And finally, the mines working for SortOf. They felt sorry after the last shots. Connecting with Marines more than anything. Can we see that here? Yeah. You can see Vindicta, he killed 5 of his own Marines. Softened up a lot of them. SortOf is still trying to find a way in. Still trying to break through. Not that many mines here. A lot of them baited out. The Viper coming in, takes down the tanks. And that's so many Banelings. The Widowmine shots not as good this time. They crash in, they take down the Planetary. Planetary does fall. Makes plummeting in supply, going for the nukes. Does SortOf notice. Does he find it? Does he find it? Up! Up! The nuke! The nuke! The... Oh, he does. Oh my god. Calm down. Ghost gets denied. And Migs, he is hurting. Has to rebuild that base. Get it back up and running. Liv's now on the way. Working towards Live Ghost. Working towards it. Likewise, SortOf working on his upgrades. Lurker range, kind of plating for the Ultras. Still sticking with Lingbane Hydra. And doing quite well with it. Doing quite well. Spire on the way. And still no expansion. Still no 5th. Thanks, we need the base spot. Just waiting for his Liberators to break out. For now, still stuck on 4 bases. CC still in the way. Liberation has arrived. And we might be here for a while. If Vindicta can fortify himself here and wall up. Once again, tank looking exposed. Going for the power bombs. Blinding clouds as well. Lingbane crashes in. We're out in the open. But a nice spread from Vindicta. Takes a good fight. Cleans up the Lingbane. Takes the expansion. Immediately does rotate to keep up with the Northern Army. Not bad. SortOf, he tries to break in. Nice kiting from Vindicta once again. Push back the Hydras. Nuke across the map. Expansion being taken. Another nuke on the right-hand side as well. The nukes. Ghost is spotted. Up. Nuke will land, but we do evacuate in time. 3 drones go down at the same time, though. Bit of a late pull away. 8 drone kills. Not bad. 8 drones in total. This hatchery getting very low. Hatchery's getting low. Vindicta walling up. eBay, SimCity. Liberators, bunkers as well. And despite the earlier struggles that Vindicta had to expand and take a 5th base, he's there. He's secure. And SortOf is already getting ready for a bit of a longer game state with that Greater Spire, getting ready for Broodlords. Now, what we have to bring up, of course, the elephant in the room, the expansions. SortOf has almost every other base on the map. It's building up a massive bank with almost 8k, almost 8k minerals, 3k gas. Now, the Terran army is more efficient, so ideally the Zerg player is going to be up on bases against a Terran army in the late game. But SortOf has both center bases. That's the problem. And Migs has to deny them. The Yoink does come in. Just in time. Again, SortOf just mining out these bases as quickly as possible. Taking the gases as well. Essentially taking money away from Vindicta. Eventually, Vindicta, he might be able to take control of this base, of this location. But it's going to have that much less available. Ideally. Going to have that much less minerals and gas. As Migs, he's walling up. We're gonna be here for a while. We have CCs, turrets, planetaries, Liberators. We're walling up. Now the hope for Migs is for SortOf to overextend and to push into this, and for Migs to outtrade him. SortOf has to be patient. And mine out all these bases. Mine out the bases. Play it slow. Work on the upgrades. Catch an SCV, a turret, and ideally SortOf wants to build up and get 3-3. Right now he's working on +1 air attack. He has 2 spires, but he wants to build up towards 3-3 Broodlords, or at least have that available if need be, for a more efficient army. So we're a little bit behind on those upgrades, but we're getting there eventually. We'll get there. Lingbane crashing in. This expansion has not yet been taken, but it's getting there. Yeah, Vindicta getting a 6th base. Big moment here for Migs. Getting up to 6 bases. SortOf on 8. 40-minute games, bad people. See. SortOf, his goal here is to try to punish the 6th base, but can he? I mean, the setup isn't fully there. Migs is still walling up and securing himself. stimming in, catching a Baneling, a couple of Banelings, sort of ready to collapse from multiple angles. And he pulls the trigger, he's going for it. And power bombs on the Metamax, Ling Bane does roll in. Nice kiting here from Vindicta though. It does kite back, he shuts down the Ling Bane. Yeah, it barely trades. Planetary survives and Vindicta, he holds. Migs, he does hold on. Nuke across the map, breaking out, clearing up a lot of creep, and now he's triggering a counterattack. Sort of in a bit of trouble. He's remaxing. 19 leagues on the way, Banelings get shut down. He's gonna be shut down here. Nuke does go off, getting 8 workers. With these reinforcements, Vindicta, he gets punished. And SortOf will force him back, will clean up as well, takes down the Liberators, and even going for the ghosts. Oh my god, almost. This Planetary putting in a lot of work. Migs does hold the line. Whew. An intense trade. But what's important here is that ideally that needed to kill a base. That needed to snipe a base so Migs can take another expansion. It didn't. In the end, it did not. And SortOf still has that bank. SortOf, he can take these trades. He can rebuild, he can remax. Migs cannot. Not as easily. That was a better fight overall for Vindicta, but still not ideal. 4 more drone kills. Ling Hydra on the right hand side. Migs a bit out of position. Bungles are coming in. Massive bungles. Migs, he gets caught out. So the Banelings do connect. Ooh, catching out some infestors though. The Planetary holds once again. Impressive. Planetary does hold. Meanwhile, a Hellbat counterattack across the map. Broodlords are on the way. Oh my, the Hellbats though. They get the mineral line. 28 drones going down. These 2 Hellbats, they pop off. Oh my god. But the Broodlords have arrived. These are 1-1 Broodlords, so they're not ideal, but I mean, they're still solid. Still good. Migs trying to get into mech. Broodlords have arrived. Thors are on the way. But these Broodlords, this tech switch is brutal, and Migs is barely not ready for it. Turrets going down. Tanks as well. And we do have a handful of Vikings coming in, but the base should fall. The Planetary once again, though, catching out the Banelings. They connect nonetheless. They shut down the bunker. The CC falls. And SortOf, he takes down another expansion, and he can keep on going. He has the Broodlord Infestor. Takes down the Planetary. Army rotates over. Migs, he needed more time. Down to what? 1, 2 Thors. The Hydras, they come in. They take down the Vikings. 2 Vikings left. 0 Vikings remaining. And now GG gets called. SortOf, he breaks on through and takes game number 1. GG. Oh my god. The Broodlord switch did come in clutch. Migs, he was able to scatter it somewhat as the Broodlords were morphing in, but needed a little bit more time to get into Thors, to get into Vikings. Likewise, Migs did take a bit of a more brutal fight on the right-hand side, so did drop a lot in supply and wasn't quite ready for the Broodlords. GG, well played. SortOf will take game number 1, but it's a best of 3. We still have a chance here to bring it back and to force the ace match, and I'm hoping we can. Hoping we can. Those Voodoo Mines have been insane. They have been. They've been crazy. Migs, papi. Oh, I should. People that might not know. Vindicta, his name is Miguelito. Miguelito, papi. Or Miguel in English, I guess. Miguel. We call him Migs. Here we go. We're getting into the next game. We're getting into game number 2. And can we get an ace match? Or does the series end here and now? As a reminder, this was originally going to be a best of 5, but we have agreed on a best of 3 as it is getting quite late in the Americas, getting quite late in Europa as well. It's very late in Europa. The sun is rising in Europe. So we're just calming things down in a shorter series, but here we go. It might be shorter, but still amazing games nonetheless. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Alcyone, we have the American Terran player, the blue Terran representing Platinum Esports. It is Vindicta. And in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Swedish Zerg player, the red Zerg, representing Root Gaming, leading the series 1-0, one game away from becoming our first Tenacious Turtle Tussle champion, at least in this new iteration. It is SortOf. Here we go. We go. As we have SortOf going for his hatch first. Hatch gas full, standard open out of SortOf. Meanwhile, Vindicta back at home. Likewise, no proxy this time. You know, we were spoiled earlier by Homono going for proxy 3 racks, which was crazy. Here, Migs, he's calming things down, going for the racks expand. Here we go. As once again we're entering another larger map, a map that is prone to going to the late game. What I will say though is that it can be a little bit harder here on Alcyone. It can be more difficult for Zerg players to contest some of these other fringe bases, to take them away from the Terran player. What's important is that SortOf had 8 bases to the 6 bases of Vindicta in the last game, which is how SortOf was able to build up the economy that he was and be able to afford those trades. Here on Alcyone, a split map scenario is a lot easier here to try to pull off. To cut the map in half, and to be on a more even base count to the Zerg player in the late game. So we could end up in that, or we could head in that direction once again. We'll see. We shall see. As Migs does move out with his Reaper, dipping into the natural. Gets a Ling, but not a drone. So far, SortOf he keeps up, he holds on. Throws down the tumor. And is going to stabilize. Likewise, back at home, third CC before Starport. Economic opener here out of Migs. Mengsk. Michael. Mark. Macaroni. What's what's his name, Papi? What's his name? I call Antonio Banderas Anthony Flags in English. Oh no. You're all animals. What do you mean it's early? True. The sun is rising. Wake up, everyone. Wake up in Europe. True. Time to wake up. As SortOf is going to be establishing his 3 bases. Taking his third. Joining up. And once again, it is 3CC into Banshee. So this is the same build, the same opener that Migs went for in Game 1, here in Game 2 as well. Very macro, very standard, very meta. And again, we'll see if he can fare better versus SortOf. As the initial Hellions are moving out, again, just fighting for map control, denying creep, containing the Zerg. Trying to slow them down early on. Likewise, Link Scout is denied. SortOf a little bit more in the dark, but can assume it's going to be a Banshee opener. This is keeping up with the Hellions. Is keeping up. Lair is on the way. It's going to be a Lair opener this time out of SortOf. Okay, being a little bit safer instead. For those that are curious, sort of instead of going for a double double Evo chambers into faster upgrades, is going for a faster lair into a safety Bailey nest into delayed upgrades instead. Will keep sort of safe against Hellbat pushes, for example. I guess it makes sense since sort of is in the dark, doesn't know how aggressive Vindicta is really going to be, so is responding with a safe opener. Just faster Bailings, Bailey nests. Ooh, turbo speed on the way. Interesting. I'm assuming, once again, just a little bit concerned about what his opponent's doing for scouting purposes. And there are the double Evo chambers for those upgrades for 1-1. Until then, Banshees are banking up on the right-hand side. Headed towards the 4th. And last game, they were able to get a lot done here, but this time the Queens are keeping up, and I believe Overseers are on the way. And we have the Overseers. Banshees, they go for the main. They can one-shot drones. Going for the Queen instead. Up! And they will get it. Queen goes down. 1 Queen, 3, 4, 5 drone kills. Nice damage here from Vindicta. Does trade well so far. Queens are coming in for the surround. Ooh, trying to catch out those Banshees, but unable to. He pulls away. He's safe for now. I say safe. He's kind of trapped. Stuck here between the bases. Back at home, Hellions are ready for a run-by, for a Ling counterattack. Just in case. And we're building up towards the mid-game. Getting our 5 Raxes up and running. Stim, 1-1. And we'll soon move out on the map with his main bio army. With Hellions as well. The armory's almost done. Hellions soon to be Hellbats. Okay. Hellbats to support. Mass Marine behind it. Makes will clear up a lot of creep. Pushing towards the expansion. Ling Bane is ready. Remember, because of the safe opener, Bailing speed is already done. And Vindicta will respect it, will back up. At the same time, Banshees are stuck in the main. Not quite able to get in. And yeah, Mig's still not moving. There we go. I was like, still not moving out with his main army, just applying pressure with drops, really setting up, clearing up creep, setting the stage for his push. And speaking of, here it comes. Mig's, once getting surrounded, takes a bait into the face. Main army pushing towards the left. Hellions and Hellbats this time tanks as well. See Mig's trying to drag SortOf's attention down here towards the south. Another Bailing connects though. Only 3 Marines left. Here comes the main push. Just 1 tank behind this. Trying to support. SortOf is ready. Has his Ling Bane. Has plenty of Ling Bane ready for this as well. Makes he cannot push onto creep. He's gonna try to. Has to be so careful. Ling Bane does crash forward. Hellbats are going to be cleaned up. But thankfully not the Marines. Mage's dropping on the right hand side. Reinforcing with 2 more drops. Going for the mineral line. At least we attempt to. But SortOf, he is here. It is in position. And we'll shut down the tank. Just the 1 tank. It's going to fall. Mig's going for the gold. Not bad. Gold base under fire. Once again, though, SortOf is ready for this. Meanwhile, Banshees in the main base drop towards the natural. A drop even here on the right-hand side. Migs, he's all over this, but SortOf is keeping up. Impressive. Only 2 Marines that don't get much done. 5, 6 drone kills. Not bad. It's some damage. But SortOf is still maxed out. Hive is completed. 2-2 on the way. SortOf has map control. Overextending here. Has to pull away. Likewise, dropping the main, going for the infestation pit. We'll get it. But there we go. He does snipe the pit. Everybody getting cleaned up. Still continue to move out. Both players are maxed. It's Vindicta. He's rallying towards the north. At the same time, so is SortOf, but there's no base to take. Yeah, there is no expansion. Army is spotted. Migs, he has to respond. Does have to respond. Does have to divert his attention, catching at the Lings. When SortOf, he can't quite engage here. Oh my god. The mine shots are decent. Lingbane rolling in. The splits are good, but there's just too much Zerg. And SortOf, he will clean this up. Vindicta losing a lot of his supply. Yeah, the Marines, the Marauders, the Medivacs, they all go down. And SortOf is going to keep on pushing. He's going for the planetary. Doesn't quite get it, though. Pulls away. But these have been better trades for the Zerg. Up until now, though. Vindicta chasing him down. Fighting on two fronts. Pulling back to the planetary. Have a SortOf, he has gained breathing room, and behind this, the hive is done. 3-3 starts up. We have the Ultra Cavern on the way as well. And SortOf, he goes to the planetary. He breaks through. Planetary is gonna fall. 17 SCVs as well. The economy of Migs is being broken. Overextending for a moment though. SortOf has to calm down. Pulls back. Does pull away. Vindicta expanding towards the south instead. Going for these southern bases. But Migs, he wanted to be out on the map and he has lost a little momentum. He's just giving SortOf the breathing room he needs to tech the way he is. To Ultras kind of splaiting. Vipers as well. Not the best fight out of SortOf. Throws away a lot of Lingbane. Oh. Has to be careful. Vipers are gathering energy. SortOf, he's amassing an army to deny the northern expansion again, but again, Migs expanding towards the south. Taking a different CC. That SortOf is taking every base on his side of the map. Catching the drop. SortOf in position. Again, it's a very delicate dance here. Both players working with very fragile armies. Like Fire versus Lingbane. Lurker Den now on the way. SortOf taking up. We saw last game that SortOf likewise got Ultra Tech and Lurker Tech as well, but never really invested into them. Never really made any. But he has them just in case. If he ever needs it. If he ever sees an opportunity. As the game is slowing down. Ming's getting a fifth. SortOf going to take one of Vindicta's bases though. It's going to be a tough base to hold. It's on the low ground. It's exposed out in the open. See if SortOf can hold it. That's here we go. This is what we were waiting for. Liberators. Liberators are on the way. Fusion core as well. The libs are coming. We're going to be walling up again. With turrets, with planetaries, tanks, liberators. Once again, we're slowing the game down. The hatchery is going to fall. Again, holding onto this hatchery is going to be quite difficult. SortOf cutting Vindicta off. Going for the base. Going for the planetary. There is an opening. Vindicta is exposed. Melee Save rushes to the mineral line. And Migs, he's not going to be able to wall off. The planetary is going to go down once again. The fifth base is denied. Ay, ay, ay. Denied towards the north, denied towards the south. This was a bigger loss for Vindicta. Down to 65 workers. the 65. Behind this double spire, we know what that is. Double spire, broodlords. Scan will reveal this. Does swap both spires. Meg's now aware. Behind this, more ghosts, more liberators. I mean, Migs is double expanding, taking the gold base and the 5th as well. So despite losing the expansion, we're getting back into this. We're okay. Oh, the changes. And again, unlike the previous game, we're getting into an even base count, in a sense, where this left and right hand bases have not been taken by anyone. As opposed to the previous game, where SortOf did essentially take mixed bases of Vindicta's expansions. So the goal here for Vindicta is to make sure that SortOf cannot take those bases. Cannot take extra hatcheries. SortOf coming in. Moving forward, does blinding cloud the tanks. Yeah, the tanks, they are blinding clouded. Banelings, they roll in. Nice split here from Migs, though. Yeah, shuts down the Banelings, gets off the Hydras as well. Nice defense from Vindicta. As I say that, though, Big Bane came in from behind. Here to threaten the mineral line. Likewise, the creep is going to be receding. Barely past the halfway mark. Migs holding his own. Doors are now on the way. Again, this time Migs, he's a lot more aware of the potential of a Broodlord switch. He's aware. He's walling up. Denying the creep. Again, we mentioned before that this map, Alcyon, it is a little bit more difficult for the Zerg player to be as dominant as what we saw previously. At least some of these bases are harder to hold on to, I should say. Oh. Catching 3 queens, not bad. Migs popping off. With a friendly fire though. Dragging the army into tank fire. Still setting up. Set up. We try to surround those Marauders. Nice EMPs though. EMPs on the Vipers. Sort of pushing in. Liberators have arrived. And the Queens are punished. The Queens and an Ultra going down. Again, Migs is keeping up. And still no fringe expansions. Again, there's no rush for Vindicta. He can take them later on. He's going there now, but can take his time. We have all night back. Sort of being forced back. At this kind of game state, I would want to see Sort of now working and moving out of Lingbane Hydra into Broodlord Infestor. Like, we're reaching that point where, again, Vindicta, he is building up his own bank. Building up his own fringe bases. Another CC now in control of Vindicta. Has now taken it. Liberator's pushing forward. Yeah, freedom has arrived. We're leaping forward with libs and with turrets. Missile turrets as well. Broodlord production has begun. 5 broods. These are 1-0 Broodlords. Uh-oh. Not that this trades against the Marauders. Getting out a lot of Banelings. Broodlords pushing in. Or did I say 5? 14. My apologies. 14 Broodlords are ready. Pushing forward, laying siege upon the northern base. Does force a big response. Ghosts are rotating. At the same time, the ground army is gaining ground. Pushing on the right. Planetary will fall. And if this base falls, then sort of he can expand towards the north. Planetary goes down. The Broodlords, they get the hell out of here. They back off. Oh my god, the medevacs! Oh, no splits! Oh my god! So many medevacs go down. 4 medevacs. Ay, ay, ay. Four medevacs do fall. Broodlord's pushing in. But the Broodlords are not quite in position to defend. Migs, he can't keep going. Catching the Vipers! Oh my god, 2 Vipers go down, Hatchery as well. Denying some expansion, sort of expanding towards the north, as we mentioned. Is now free to do so. In a way, trading a base for a base. But this is a fresh mining base, has been untouched. The ghost, oh my god, he's crazy! No! Calm down, Migs. Pushing in with the ghost. Has to pull away. Viking production has begun. Lings running into the Thors. Here come the expansions. So Migs will take this base, but sort of has been able to mine through most of it. Has already taken resources away from Vindicta here. Does scan, does spot the Broodlords. Going for the nuke. Ambitious nuke, Pappy. He's crazy. Nuke coming in. Broodlords pull away. Not the Link Vein though. Not bad. Up. Oh my god. Catching out some Banelings at the same time. Workers going down. Ooh. But Migs, he's bouncing back. Is pushing forward. 14 drones falling. The libs popping off. Threading the gold. If this gold base goes down, then he can take this himself. Can try at least. Vikings have arrived. There aren't that many Corruptors actually, but here come the Fungals. They fungal the Vikings, Powerbomb as well. Ooh, the Vipers are targeted down. Nice splits. Avoiding the Powerbomb. They're holding on. Both have to pull away. This is still getting very intense. I mean, SortOf does get a fresh mining base. It's fully saturated. He's maintaining himself. Still has a bank, of course. Snipes going off. SortOf does have a mineral bank, but not the largest gas bank. He does hold on to the southern base. Punishes Link Bane. More Broodlords on the way. That's going to be how many? Oh my god. 15 Broodlords for SortOf. Oh. Snipes going for the Overseers. More Vikings amassing. These Vikings have to be so careful to avoid those Fungals. If they get locked down, that could be it. Gold base is denied. Long distance mining. What's coming in? Oh, going for the ghosts. 1-2 ghosts going down, and we're committing. Yeah, we're committing to the dive. Nice spread though from Migs. Yeah, he shuts down the ground army. Snipes going off on the Corruptors. What about the Broodlords though? That's still 15 Broodlords. And the Broodlords are breaking through. Yeah, they get on top of the ghosts. There's 2 Thors left. But the Broods! There's too many. Barely too many Broodlords. Vindicta trying to reinforce, but it looks like he has been broken. Yeah, one fight, all it takes here. And SortOf. He's getting on top of the production. Vikings are on the way. We're came with the Vikings. No, they're going down. And SortOf, as he edges his way closer towards the main base, is getting on top of the production. And the production under threat. Broodlords on the way. Vindicta, he just cannot keep up, not anymore. I mean, I say that he does have an army to work with, but he's spread out. Spread between his third, between his main. SortOf, he got the fight he was looking for. pushing further back. There's still a lot of Ghost. There's potential. Snipes going off, getting one. One Brood Lord. Lunger's on the way, Bailey's as well. Let's go. +3 attack for the Broods. Oh, the zoning nuke! The nuke is on the way. Nice EMP. Ooh, EMP is a 2 blank the Infestor as 1 fungal goes off. But the nuke will zone. He does collapse in. He's maxed out himself. Getting on top of those Brood Lords. The Living Bane does crumble. Snipes are going up. Doors from behind. And Vindicta, does he barely have enough? It's close. The Blinding Clouds. Yeah, the Brood Lords are being targeted one after the other. Down to 5 Brood Lords. 7 even. 7 Broods. That's enough. Is barely enough once again. Vindicta, he was close, but he doesn't break out. SortOf, he just had barely too much. And now he's pushing into the main. He's going for the kill, going for the production. And what do we have left? We have Marines, we have Marauders. Whatever Vindicta he can afford, which is not enough. And just like that, SortOf, he breaks through. He has broken the back of Vindicta. Only Marauders left. They don't shoot up. They cannot shoot up. And despite all these bases, despite the mining that's going on, we're on top of the production. We have some Thors coming in from behind. But SortOf, he's achieved his goal. Liberators coming in. We have Corruptors, we have Hydras. And GG gets called. It's just too much. And SortOf will take the series 2-0 and become our first, in a long time, Tenacious Turtle Tussle champion. GG, papi. GG. GG, well played. Honestly, I was really impressed with the final fight that Vindicta had when he tried to break out with the zoning nuke and then kind of corner the army. He barely didn't have enough. It was honestly quite close. Alas, he wasn't able to break the back of SortOf. SortOf, he makes it out on top, just barely. And with that, we'll claim victory here tonight and take down Vindicta. And he is the turtle himself. Let's go. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to SortOf, and my condolences to Vindicta. It was a very intense finals, very intense tournament in general. I mean, having a look at the bracket itself, it was not an easy road for SortOf. In the semis against Homono, another Terran player, SortOf went to the ace match, and that was a very close game as well on Goldenor. If you recall, we were lucky enough to cast that final game between SortOf and Homono. Scrolling back in the quarterfinals, we had SortOf versus Zero, also a ZvT, also into the ace match as well. So SortOf, even though he was the #1 seed, and he was the #1 seed of the tournament, he did bleed against Zero, against Homono in these ZvTs. Against Vindicta, did go a little bit more in his favor, but still GG nonetheless. GG, congratulations. I do think that Homono and Zero may be a little bit more aggressive than Vindicta. Vindicta, he was going for more mid to late game play, was being very drop heavy, true, at certain points, attacking at multiple angles at once, but SortOf was keeping up. Impressive, very impressive stuff. Congratulations here to SortOf, and a shout out to Vindicta. And with that, that concludes our first of many open Tenacious Turtle Tussles. Let's go. Let's go, baby, let's go. Again, a shout out to the people out there in the community for allowing this to be a reality. Protos Stegosaurus and Mark BT, they did fund this event, and if you want to help support the event as well yourself, you can do so via Matcherino. The Matcherino page is available. There is a command in the chat, !Matcherino, will get a link, and you can help boost the prize pool and support the players. It is a $300 prize pool here this week, which is amazing, and we'll see if we can keep that support going as well in the coming weeks. As for now, this is going to be a weekly tournament. We're going to be back next week, but as I said before, it is possible that we might change days because there are murmurings of other events coming that might be in this time slot. For now, we're in a very similar time slot as ESL Americas to kind of fill their shoes while they're in the off season. But there might be some other events coming as well. Wardy, he's hosting his own event in place of ESL Asia. You have Kalaris, Rotterdam, and Steadfast hosting their own event in the place of ESL Europe. And again, there might be like another weekly in the works to replace this event, to replace ESL Americas. If that's the case, if that does happen, then we will be switching to another day. So we'll still be hosting this event for the next 6 weeks, but it might be on a Sunday, it might be on a Tuesday, it might be on a Wednesday. We'll try to figure out a nice time period here. Keep an eye on the social media. Keep an eye on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and Discord. We will post if there are any other updates for the next event, for the next Tenacious Turtle Tussle. Otherwise, GG, well played. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you all had a great time. We had some amazing matches here tonight. We had some beautiful StarCraft. Some of the highlights, of course, SortOf versus Honmono. Honmono versus Baby Marine is gonna live on in infamy. It's it's gonna live on in infamy as just a crazy tournament, and a crazy TvT and a crazy finale for the TvT as well. We had like a base trade. We had like one base versus one base, and we built back up once again somehow into like split map. It was nonsense. it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. Likewise, Vindicta having a deep run purely off of TVP. Vindicta, he went up against Apple Juice, Protoss player, Hydra, Protoss player, and Shameless as well. Vindicta flexing his TVP against some top Protoss competitors from Europe and from the Americas, but did fall in the TVZ instead. But again, SortOf was the favored player here, was the one to beat. Here we go. So just messaging the players, letting them know what has been going on. And yeah, with that, GG, well played. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Hope you all had a great time. If you want some more Cranky Duckling action, welcome to the Cranky Ducklings. We've been casting here on a daily basis for the past 4 years, 5 years, ever since oh. Oh my god, I didn't realize. Apparently SortOf is moving to Korea. Oh my god. Moving to Korea here. Okay. I mean, he was in Korea for a long time, but apparently he's coming back to Korea as well. Just letting them know. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we've been casting ever since we've been casting, I mean, since 2017, I guess. But regularly on a daily basis, of course, ever since EPT was announced, like the beginning of 2020, end of 2019, we've been hosting events here for many years, and yeah, we're gonna keep on going, of course. As always, always here for StarCraft, doing our part, doing what we can for the scene, for the community. Our next broadcast is going to be, let me just double check, I believe tomorrow. Let me check our calendar. Tomorrow we're going to be live with the OSC mid-season playoffs, so we have that for you. And likewise, we also have a podcast on Thursday. Thursday is going to be something a little bit different, something special. We're bringing back a podcast, a talk show related to SC2. It's going to be like a weekly recap show, basically, like going over all the events of the week. We cast on a daily basis, but other content creators have their own events as well, like Wardy's events or the Basilisk events, for example. CSO weeklies, the All Things Protoss Team League. Like, there's so much StarCraft going on, and it's difficult for everyone to watch everything. So yeah, we'll just go over it. We'll have like a bit of a recap show, go over all the results, go over the form of the players and what is to come in the future as well. So yeah, we do plan on having a podcast, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how regular we make it, and how we want to adjust the format as well. So look forward to that on Thursday. Friday is going to be a viewer replay stream. So we've been accumulating replays from the community for the past week, for the past 2 weeks. So we'll have a fun stream on Friday, and then back into our regular programming. KSL over the weekend, STC, SDO, the Wardy event is on Monday. We have TTT next week, Code for Giants Cup, plenty to come. Plenty of StarCraft, plenty of StarCraft. Let's go. Otherwise, yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Again, it was the best of 3, not the best of 5. Just catching up in the chat. Yeah, pay it out, man. Pay it out. Otherwise, you want to help support us, the Patreon. You can see our Patreon set up just under Vindicta's name. We have a goal of 320 USD, and we currently do get 240 a month. That is all going into our tournaments. It goes into events like Sparkling Tuna Cup, Sea Duckling Open, and Master Swan Open as well. So we do host events on a weekly and monthly basis, and you can help us grow those events via Patreon if you wish. Otherwise, it's all good. It's all good. You know, watching is good enough. If you want VODs, YouTube. YouTube is the place to be. We have a YouTube channel. We also stream on YouTube at the same time. We're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, and we have plenty of VODs on YouTube as well. We have thousands of hours, thousands of VODs on YouTube. A lot of StarCraft, a lot of content. So yeah, if you're interested, YouTube is the place to be. Otherwise, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. We're going to be heading off for the time being. I'm going to go get some food. I am starving. I'm going to go very quickly get some food, and I might have a cheeky ladder session as well. If you're interested, going to be laddering. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow for OSC mid-season playoffs. Otherwise, see you when we see you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. I'm going to go smudge on the ladder if you're interested and interesting, I guess. I'm sure you are. You can join me over on light_VIP. I do not ladder on this channel. This channel is exclusively for tournaments, exclusively for our event broadcasting. Instead, you can follow me on my personal channel for ladder sessions, other games like Final Fantasy, SC2, and some other games that I'm willing to play. So yeah, if you're interested, I got you there. Otherwise, see you next time. Ciao, papi, ciao. See you next time. See you next week. See you tomorrow.